So what we did in the routing, we first install the routing by this command npm install react router dom minus minus a. So whenever you do the new project or whenever you start the new project, you have to install this routing. All the projects will need the routing. We have to use routing in each and every project. We will then define the routes in any component. We have to define the routes in any component. For example, we went to the app.js. In the app.js, I put the statement called as the browser route as router and route from React router DOM. So this is the statement we have to call to make the routing work. Then next step is we have to wrap the div with the router. So I wrap this div with the router. And this is my main layout page. I have few things in the header and few things in the footer which will remain same in all the pages. If you go to yahoo.com, the header and footer will remain same. If you go to meetup.com, the header and footer remain same. The content changes. So this header part and footer part remain same. The content will come here. The content will change, but all the header and footer will remain same. So in app.js, we will make some particular header and we will make the footer constant, which will remain same in all the pages. Then what we did, we have to create this routing. We haven't done this one, but the aim is to create slash about will go to the about component, slash will go to the home component, slash contact will go to the contact component. So each URL will link to the particular component. Like slash will go to home page, slash contact will go to the contact page. I can have different route, for example, page 1, but it can call same component called as home component. This is possible. I can go to page 2 in the URL, and in the code we can go home component again. So depending upon which component I want to call based on the which URL, I will define somewhere in our page, which I haven't done it yet till now, but I will do it. Create all three components: home, about, contact. Okay, so now home, about, and contact. So after we are done with the router part, we have to create the three components or more components based on our requirement. Right now I created only three components: about, in the project 2 folder I created contact, and I created the home. I created a three files which will have its own routing. Now I import all the three components in the app.js. I am importing all the three components in the app.js. If there are 100 components, I need to call all 100 components here in app.js. If there are 1000 components, I need to call all 1000 components here, because routing works when I get the component name in component details, otherwise it will not work. So this is app.js is my layout folder, and I have some header and footer, and I want to put content inside it. Now let's see how to, now if I open this page, I have already opened it. So you will see header is already there, footer is there, but content is not coming. Even if I am going to about page, in the URL it is about, but I'm able to see same content. I'm not able to see the about here, which I put in the about component. In about component, I put the about, but it is not visible here because I have not taken any extra step to make the about visible when the URL is about. Now I will do that. So in between these two HR tags, I hope you have written the same thing in your project last day. I will put it in the chat again if you don't have this content. Now here my content will come in the white space, which I create this white shape. Now how to put the content? So I need to create each line for each URL. So for example, I will say route. I have to use route, and then I have to use exec. Now there is a special meaning of exec. I don't want to tell you now, but in future I will tell you when the time will come. Right now just put exec equal to true in the curly bracket, and then I will say path equal to slash. And then I want to say component, which component I want to call when the path is slash. So for example, I'll say call home component. And I'll say slash greater than sign. So this route is saying exact equal to true. I will tell you meaning afterwards. When path is slash, that is in the URL, if it is slash, call the component home, which I'm calling here, importing here. Now let's make another line route. This is exact will be true in every case for now, and path will be slash about. I am giving the path of about to call the about component. We'll call the component about. I will close the route. Then I will create the third routing. I will say exact equal to true, path equal to slash contact, and when path is equal to contact, call the component equal to contact. And I created three paths, one for the slash, one for the about, one for the contact. Let's see that in the action. So first I will go to the main home page. Since home page has slash in the end, so it's going to home. If I go to about, since about has a slash about, it is going to the about component. Let's go to the contact. Since in the URL it is contact, and I'm going to the contact page. Is that clear?
Yeah, I have a question. Like, so it's like linking the page using route, or like,
So we are
so
linking.
why are you?
Yeah, we are linking the component with the URL. So if URL is slash, then call the component here in this place. In this place, call the component home. When the
Okay.
URL is slash about, call the component about in this place.
Okay. So likewise, so we don't have to change the URL, right? Like once it's not a static URL.
Right now, these are the static URL. Static means hard coded,
Mhm.
but we can make dynamic URL also, which I
Okay.
will tell you in some time. That is
Oh.
when I pass slash ID 1 or 2 or 3, that is called dynamic.
Uh,
That will be done in some time. Once you are done with this one, I will show you dynamic part. But
oh.
this is the home layout page. And if I have, let's say, 100 URLs, I will create 100 such kind of routing here. So whenever the particular URL will come in the browser, it will call particular component.
Yeah,
Right
I
now I
have.
have only three.
Yeah,
Right
I
now I have
have.
only three routing, so I am using three. Yeah. What is your question?
So yesterday we already installed the router. So
Right.
today we just need a npm start. We don't need to install again, right?
Right.
Okay,
Installation is only one time.
one time. One time for one project.
Right.
Like
One time for one project. Let's say tomorrow you create another project.
not hello world, like a
Right. Hello
okay.
World 2, Hello World 3, Hello World 4, let's say.
So need to install the router
Right.
again.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
send the script for the router?
Pardon?
Can you send the script for the router? So you do npm start and then you do another for the router?
No. No. Router is something. Yeah. When we have create React app, after create React app, we will go to the folder and we will say npm install React router DOM save.
Okay, so no more npm start.
After this, after you install this, you have to start it. So npm start is
Okay.
always there whenever you want to start the server. So if I install something, npm is to install the utilities, libraries on your computer. Let's say if I install something, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't mean it will do the work of npm start. npm start is to start the server on our local so that I can see the page in the browser. So npm start and npm install are two different things. npm install only installs the different utilities, different libraries on our computer. But npm start will do the start the server and it will open the browser on our page like this. Do you understand the difference between npm install and npm start? What does npm start does? npm start will run the browser and we can see our application in browser. But npm install is to install the new utilities, new libraries. You can download those libraries also in your computer and use it. But npm gives easy access to install those libraries in your computer. Is that clear?
Can you send the script in chat?
Which script you want to send?
The install?
This npm install.
Thank you.
Okay.
And so you do that before you do the start.
You have to do only once in the project. If you have
Okay.
done yesterday, don't do today. You don't have to do every day.
Okay. I didn't do it yesterday, so.
Yeah, if you haven't done yesterday, you have to do it now.
Okay.
So write down these three things in your app.js, and I assume you are calling these three components, and you have already created this header part and footer part, and you have already installed the npm install, and you have inserted this row in your app.js. Now call these three lines in your page and try to see if you are able to go to different URL.
Yes.
You're able to go, right? Okay, let it
Typing. Working on it.
working on it. Okay.
Yeah, Manny, for component, doesn't like this C needs to be capital or it will be smaller?
All the components should start with a capital letter.
I mean, the path equals to, and then component is there, right? So
Yeah, this path will be always small.
this component, C.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In my browser, automatically did like C, capital C. So that's why like I have installed this React.js editor plugins in my bracket. So
It's saying capital C.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can see the document. Maybe it allows capital also, but I always put small c here.
Okay, just wanted to make sure like it is.
Yeah. Sometimes they allow both kind of things, so you need to check their documentation. But I feel that I have used always small c, so you can use small and it works fine.
Okay, cool. So yeah, in the first line is like React, and then component in the bracket is like capital, right? So just wanted to mix like.
Yeah, this one is capital. This one
I
is
mean, in the first line, if you go to first line in this code, yeah, it's React and then component.
yeah, this one is capital. This one component is something related to this one.
Okay.
This component we are not calling here. This component is the attribute of the route.
Oh,
And
that's I see. Okay, okay.
right. So maybe your editor is considering this component and calling it capital. So this
Right.
component is different from this component. This component is the attribute of the route, and this component is the one which we are calling here.
I see. Okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, thanks.
Right.
Yeah, it's working. I just tried it.
Okay. So is URL working fine?
No, can I see the route
Oh.
again?
Okay, let's see the routing.
Uh,
Can I ask at the end of app.js, is it export default app?
Yes.
So, Manny, so in order to apply the styling in this React.js app, so what do we have to do? Can we simply link the style sheet and it will work, or how? Just wondering,
Yeah. So for style sheet, you need to create a CSS file in the source folder,
Mhm.
and then you have to just call the style sheet like I called here in the index.js.
Mhm.
No, I haven't called it here. Let's do it. Okay. So for example, if I want to call a3.css in this file,
Mhm.
I can say import, and I'll just name the a3.css. Then all the style sheet will be applied to this component.
Okay, cool. That's great.
Is it working?
I have some problems.
Okay, what is the problem? Let me see.
Yeah. So every component gonna import router or only app.js?
Only app.js.
Okay. Let me delete it first.
Right.
No, this one.
Okay,
And
not
right now I route.
right. It's looking
I
good.
create a home about, but
Yeah.
when I go into it, it's showed together. Home
Okay,
about,
go there. Go there.
home
Go to
about.
the code. Go to the code.
Yeah.
Okay, go up. Go up. Fill up. So you have router. Then you are importing home. You're importing about. You're importing contact. So you are wrapping it router. Okay.
Route.
Right. Go down. Okay, router, you're closing the router. Okay, you put path all slash. You have mentioned slash in all the three cases. You have to change it.
Oh,
All
copy paste. This one should be
right.
uppercase.
Small a, small a,
Small.
small a. URL should always mostly should be small. You can keep capital also, but it's good to keep the small.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, URL. Let me see.
So now
Home
is
about. Yes, it works right now.
right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone having issues?
I am, but I'm kind of behind, so I don't know if you want to take the time.
Let's see. Behind means where are you? Could work for everyone because I will be doing something.
I just saw that.
Wrong.
I don't even know if I have the contact and about right because I wasn't here on Friday. So,
You have about and contact. Where is the home? Where is
oh,
the
I
home?
didn't.
You have to copy save as home.js.
But I'm not sure what's supposed to be in it.
Just a normal text home, only home, not so much. Router will not come inside the home.
Okay.
Router will not come.
Route.
Router, you are putting router. Delete everything, delete everything. Just put delete everything inside this return. Not whole page. Delete inside the return. Yes. Just create a div tag, simple div tag inside return. Close the div tag and between the div tag just say home. And change the name of the component to home. Home component cannot have small letter name. It should be capital in the beginning. You cannot have small letter
Here.
with yeah. Same thing. Do it for contact and about.
Okay. And then can I just make sure I did this right? So,
First you fix that one. This one will be later.
okay.
But it's all the things. So copy paste in contact and about. Yeah, contact. Inside after put contact, right. Yeah, save it. Now copy this and put it in the about also. Yeah, change it to about. Okay, now let's see. Browser router as router. It's saying browser router. Okay, go there. Let's see. So you have browser router as router. Browser router as router. Okay, that's correct. Let's see why it's saying. Syntax error. Unexpected token, comma. See, where is the problem? Can you type again?
I'm sorry.
So just browser router as router. You might have copy pasted it or what?
Type this.
Yeah, whole till router. Delete it, delete till router. Yeah. So now type it browser router as router. Yeah, save it. Okay, maybe you have not installed. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe I didn't install it right.
Control C.
Control C.
Yeah. Yes. Now do up arrow, up arrow. Let's see what you did. 1 second. npm install react test router DOM. Okay, and enter it. Let's see.
And it's supposed to be on Hello World. Oh, is it supposed to be on?
No, hello world is fine. Go enter it.
Maybe there's too much here.
We'll see. We'll see. Don't worry. Wait. Tony, how is things going? Tony,
Oh, Kate is a presenter now.
you did it. Maybe I don't know.
I got a little note and I pressed yes.
Yeah. So that's the reason. You got presenter. Tony, where is Tony?
Okay, so
So now do npm start.
allow Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony's coming in.
Tony, how are things going? Are you able to do this? Tony, are you there?
Yeah, I got disconnected. I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, but are you able to do the things, or you got any errors?
I got everything done.
Okay. Let's go to the code again, Kerry. Let's see something. Yeah. Let's check again. Import React component from React. Okay, then import browser. You put round bracket. It should be curly bracket. Okay, wait. Let's see. Maybe you have to run the npm start again. So do Control C, and then run npm start again.
It looks like she has the round brackets on the true down below and the component as well.
Right. Component also you made the round bracket. You have to make curly bracket. In the true also you have to go down line number 16. Yeah, it should be curly bracket. Here also component home should be in the curly bracket. Save it and let's see now. Let's refreshing. Yeah, now click the about.
Thank you.
Click the about one. No, here now. They are in the browser.
Oh, here.
Click the about. Yeah, click the contact. So it's calling correct component. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no need to say thank you. It's, you should be working in a working condition. Your code should be in working condition. So now I'm able to hear echo.
I hear an echo too.
Can you mute yourself? Everyone mute yourself, and when you want to talk, unmute it. Okay. Now I'm not able to hear echo. It's fine now. Now the problem here is this. See what is the problem? When I'm selecting the home, what I'm doing, I'm selecting the home. And when I'm clicking about, okay, when I'm selecting the header, I'm clicking the contact. You will see the page is loading again. That's the reason the selection is going away. When I click about, see page is loading again and my selection is going away. I'm selecting the header, I will click home. So the page is refreshing. That is not the correct way in the React. Page should not refresh. The whole purpose of the React is user should be in the same page and the only content should change. So what is the problem now? Problem is page is refreshed and I don't want that.
It's like old school, huh?
Right. We are building single page application. Single page application means the page should not refresh. Only the content should refresh. So we will fix that now. So to fix that, we need to add one more utility, and I will put it like this. I will go to app.js. After route, I will add one more utility, and that utility is called link. Now, link is the internal React component or React utility which will help us to build a single page application. It will allow us to refresh the content only and not the whole page. Now what I have to do, instead of a tag, all the a tags will go away where I want to use the internal refreshment, and instead of a tag it will come as a link. So I will put, instead of a, I'm putting link. And instead of hrefs, I have to put to, TO2. What I have to put? To. So instead of hrefs, I will put to. So a tag was replaced by link tag and hrefs tag is replaced by the to. Now I will refresh the page and see what's happening. So page got refreshed. I'm able to change the URL and content is changed. Now if I select the header, I click the about, I click the contact, you will see the header is still selected, but I'm able to see the change the content. That means page is not refreshing. Only the content is refreshing. So the whole page loads once and all the contents will change because of the link tag. And that is the part of the single page application. Your whole page should not refresh. But if you refresh forcefully, then it's fine. You are able to see this about. But when you change the path, page should not refresh. Is that clear? So add the link part and change the link to home, about, contact.
I'm getting an error again.
Let's see what error you're getting it.
I undid it and I didn't get an error. Now I am getting an error.
Yeah,
The
because
link
you
to-
created a link tag and the ending tag is still a tag. You should have both the link tags.
Oh, okay, so A should be link.
Link tag, right.
Sorry. Okay.
So you have to practice this routing part again and again thoroughly. There are still some things pending in understanding the routing. like the dynamic part, which we will do tomorrow. Dynamic means we should have, when you go to any URL. So let's say if I'm editing some content and I will pass ID 123. So I should be able to edit the 123 ID. So tomorrow another user has another post with the ID of 456. I should be able to edit that one. So this is dynamic URL. We are getting this ID dynamically from the URL. So how to use this dynamic URL we will see tomorrow. So before we go to dynamic URL, you try to practice these steps. Try to practice these steps again and again so that you should be very thorough on this link part or the routing part. I use the link here and then I create a routing like this. And I create the links like this. So I'm just putting in the document. You can get it when I commit it, you will get this readme.md and you can see all the steps. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we will see dynamic linking. And this week we will be building some components which will be helpful to achieve our project, which means we will be building project from the next week. So we need the components, ready components. So